A single empty chair on stage, a spotlight swings across a sea of screaming fans, only to settle on an absence. This is where Lay should stand. Rumors began to swirl. Betrayal or brilliance? Was he a loyal soldier or a calculating survivor? Tonight, we trace the journey of Lay, the lone Chinese pillar of EXO, through a storm of lawsuits, fan wars, and a groundbreaking contract that exposed just how tightly the K-pop machine holds its idols. Back in 2012, EXO's arrival sent shockwaves through K-pop, stirring a frenzy of anticipation and hope. SM Entertainment's ambitious plan was bold: a 12-member supergroup split into two units, EXO-K for Korea and EXO-M for China. Lay, originally named Jiang Yiqing and hailing from Chongqing, stood as more than just another hopeful trainee. He embodied the very front line of an ambitious cultural experiment, carrying the weight of expectations far larger than himself. Fans were captivated by his quiet intensity, both enigmatic and deeply relatable. Behind the gleaming stage lights and synchronized choreography, he signed a grueling 10-year contract, one promising stardom but demanding relentless sacrifice. Anticipation hung thick in the air. Worldwide fame, endless fans, and a coveted throne atop K-pop's surging empire felt almost inevitable. But beneath that dazzling surface lurked an industry known for its ironclad control and punishing schedules, where young idols were often treated like factory workers rather than artists. Then came 2014, and everything began to unravel. The facade began to crumble when Chris Wu, head of the Chinese subunit, took SM Entertainment to court, accusing the company of grueling conditions, unfair contracts, and disregard for his well-being. The K-pop fandom reeled in disbelief. How could a system built on perfection and control suddenly splinter in front of the world's eyes? Fans were divided. Some sympathized with Chris, applauding his bravery, while others clung to loyalty for the group's image. Just months later, Luhan, one of EXO's most beloved faces, followed suit with his own lawsuit echoing similar grievances: harsh conditions, modern slavery accusations, and suffocating creative restrictions. The media frenzy ignited wild speculation. Was this a carefully staged uprising from within, or the first visible cracks of a system on the verge of collapse? Social media exploded with hashtags, fan forums buzzed with leaks and rumors, and Lay, quietly and steadfastly, found himself in the eye of the storm. By 2015, Tao had also filed a lawsuit, leaving Lay as the sole Chinese member clinging to the original EXO dream. Fans couldn't believe the once united EXO-M had crumbled so fully. Lay's choice to stay polarized opinions, was it loyalty to his bandmates or a savvy move to secure his own future? Then SM dropped their game-changing move. Lay was granted a personal studio in China, an unprecedented workshop where he could manage solo projects with newfound independence while still tied to the EXO brand. Industry insiders called it revolutionary, a rare break from the typical strict control of K-pop idols. But skeptics warned it was a calculated effort by SM to keep him inside the fold and maintain a foothold in China's lucrative market. Now unshackled from the SM headquarters in Seoul, Lay's career exploded in China. His solo albums topped charts, dramas and blockbuster films showcased his acting talents, and countless variety show appearances displayed a charm that made him a household name far beyond K-pop. Yet with each success came painful absences from EXO group activities, missing press conferences, photo shoots, even entire album promotions. Fans were torn. Some celebrated his solo achievements as a win for the entire EXO family. Others felt a sting of abandonment, longing for the close-knit group they once adored. Netizens flooded social media with heated debates. Is Lay a traitor or a trailblazer? His rarity in the group's spotlight became a source of both agony and admiration. Amid his soaring success, Lay's political navigation in mainland China added another layer to his complex image. The One China policy was a tightrope few could avoid. During spikes in geopolitical tension, Lay's social media often featured posts reaffirming unity with government stances. Chinese fans saw genuine patriotism. International fans, however, questioned the impact of such statements on artistic freedom. Back in 2012, EXO's arrival sent shockwaves through K-pop, stirring a frenzy of anticipation and hope. Was this another layer of control, like the contracts he once challenged? The clash underscored the tightrope idols must walk, balancing the demands of worldwide fans against the rigid boundaries set at home. As Lay's unprecedented 10-year contract neared its 2022 end, speculation mounted. Would there be another ugly showdown, lawsuits, or bitter splits like before? As EXO's 10th anniversary approached, anticipation hung in the air like a storm about to break. Instead, Lay surprised everyone with a heartfelt, handwritten letter in Korean and English. No lawyer's statement, no bitterness, just gratitude for a decade of growth, love for his bandmates, and a promise that their bond was unbreakable. Netizens debated endlessly. Is this the ideal exit or a carefully crafted image? Regardless, the grace, humility, and respect in Lay's letter made clear this chapter was closing on his terms. But why does this narrative matter to the industry at large? Lay's workshop contract was no mere anomaly. It signaled a paradigm shift. Management companies realized global stars with massive local markets could no longer be controlled under old rules. SM's bold hybrid approach blended autonomy with brand loyalty, inspiring other agencies to rethink how to nurture international idols. In an empire built on stringent rules and contract iron fists, Lay's story proved that strategic independence could be a new power move. Even Lay's acting career mirrored his real-life journey. His early roles, like the diligent apprentice chef, reflected the earnest trainee he once was. But in the haunting 2023 thriller No More Bets, playing a captive programmer forced into a cruel gambling syndicate, he resonated deeply with themes of entrapment, exploitation, and survival. Fans speculated wildly, drawing parallels with the industry's iron grip. Each role deepened the narrative, adding layers to his evolving persona, a survivor who turned the tables. Today, Lay is no longer defined solely by his idol days. He has reinvented himself as the visionary founder steering Chromosome Entertainment Group. No longer just a product of the machine, he's become an architect of a new industry model, shaping opportunities for the next generation. The question lingers. Will his next on-screen role be that of a commanding leader, echoing his real transformation? And will other idols follow his lead to break free from old molds? Lay's tightrope walk from loyal idol to trailblazing entrepreneur redefines what it means to succeed in a global entertainment landscape, one built not merely on fame but on power, independence, and vision. What comes next? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Lay's journey has forever altered the script on K-pop stardom. The scandal, the sacrifice, the strategy, they weren't just headlines but the blueprint for a future where artists claim their story on their own terms. Fans and industry watchers alike remain hooked, waiting to see how this visionary's next act will reshape the world of music and stardom as we know it.